Huh. Well, hello there. We are Mr. Henriksen, and this is Garage Math. I'm taking this channel to a whole new level. We are bringing in technology. I had someone who loves me, my wife. Well, she actually just sent me this a while ago and says, you need some graphics in your channel because you have a flip whiteboard of paper and pens on your dirty garage door. So she sent that to me. Okay, I don't know. Well, she made two more flattering ones. She was actually surprised that I used this for the first time, but I figured he's a little doughy. That's okay. You know, dad bod. I mean, I'm not George Clooney. Don't get me wrong. Brad Pitt. You guys probably don't know who those people are. Tom Cruise. No. Chalamet? I don't know. I don't know who's a handsome fella in the demographics that I'm trying to reach. Or this is just sort of inappropriate and I should get out of it. Ping Pong movie was weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know it got like great reviews and it made some money, but man, he was a jerk. Okay, well, this is Garage Math. I don't know what else to say about that guy. I'll have another one down the road. All right, here's what I need from all y'all. First off, hey, everybody out there who's been with me consistently, I'm seeing the views are ticking up. Maybe you're watching multiple times. Maybe you're sending in them some buddies. I don't make any money off this. I'm just hoping to make the world a little smarter. But everybody out there right now, ready? Go, come on. Boink. Okay. Discount markup. Oh my, this is a challenge this is probably gonna be long today. So here's the thing. If you're like a teacher, somehow that have found this, or maybe down the road you will, I'm not redoing all these. Someone says, hey, if you ever do these for real, all that stupid stuff that you ramble on and on, you have to knock all that out, because if people really want to use this for their class, they don't want to hear about all your dumb Chalamet bobblehead stories. So you're gonna have to figure out to get rid of all that. So here's what I'm thinking. If you found this, and even in the world, you're like, I don't care about this guy's dumb stories in life. Just wait till I start to do like this and point. You can fast forward it, and then that's when like the action starts. Because maybe you don't want to hear me ramble that the whole world or country is evidently in some ice storm, and where I live in California, it's like 60 something degrees and it's sunny outside. It's beautiful here. Hence, high gas prices, and my homeowner's insurance keeps getting canceled because nobody wants to insure in California. Okay, that's way too much TMI. All right, now we're at the real lesson. Maybe I should have like a cue, like a hand gesture. So as you're scrolling through like nonsense, ooh, math, then you'll know, like, I'm not sure. Maybe I throw my football. That means I'm ready to go in action, but I'm not gonna do that yet, but I'm sort of in action. Man, he's rambling today. All right, you gotta do me a favor. This lesson that I've done my whole life, I've always found to be really challenging for young people. And I'm way beyond like, oh, they're just dumb and they don't understand money and they don't spend the time to think about, like, I don't think it's that. I think this becomes like, you try to turn it into a formula. I know a lot of like textbooks try to teach it like tape graphs. I just need you to do this today, okay? So I need you to repeat after me. I state your name, promise, I'm gonna use my brain today and I'm gonna use common sense. Okay, you don't have to repeat anymore. There used to be a thing called malls. So talk to your parents, your grandparents, it's a whole thing. Like I remember when I was in high school or in junior high, like my mom would drop me off at the mall, like on a Friday at like 5 at night. And then she'd pick me up at like 10. And we just walked around the mall for 5 hours because there were young people, and then we would be in the same place. It was a whole thing. Ask your parents. Now you're all in your rooms on your phones and nobody has any, getting off on a tangent there, but it's important for this lesson. So we're gonna talk about things like sale, right? I get it. Everybody goes on Amazon. Boink, whoa. So maybe buying things on sale isn't much of a thing anymore, but we're gonna talk about markup, discount. We're gonna talk about some business terms. And I think there's this thing out there sometimes where people go, ooh, business, icky, money, blah. and then they just sort of tune out and they're like, I don't understand it. Okay, don't be weird. Okay, just use common sense. If we're gonna just either multiply and add or multiply and subtract, that's it. Multiply and add, multiply and subtract. Okay. All right. Discount markup. So this is some definitions. You got to write these down. You got to memorize these. Okay. So we're not splitting the atom here. I mean, there's actually like vocabulary, like in English. Okay. All right. There's like this little area that I'm always trying to land this in. I haven't done it yet, but let's see. Today might be the day. I'm trying to wedge it. Oh, I'm not even close. Okay. Discount. That means you decrease something. Okay, so today we're all going to be business people and we are going to own stores. Okay, and we're going to use logic. So maybe if you just get your brain out of like, I must remember math formula, and just sort of get yourself into common sense situations, become a business person. And I think it's going to help you with this because the math's going to be easy because we have calculators. All right. Okay, discount. So basically you sell something and it's not selling. There's some strategies. If you own a business and your toasters aren't selling, you don't want to throw them away because you've already paid for them. But if they're not selling and they're collecting dust, you have to make room on your shelf. So you're going to discount them. You're going to have a percent. You're going to multiply it by the discount percent, and then you're going to subtract. Have I lost you yet? I don't think so. The alternative of that is, it's slightly different, but markup. So again, we are business people today. So if you are a business owner and you sell toasters, well, you buy toasters from the toaster making company. So you buy a toaster for $10, you're not gonna sell it for $10 because you're gonna go, cool, I got $10. You know you don't have $10 because you already paid $10. So that would just be a wash. You have to sell it for more than $10. That's called a markup. And most businesses will have a percent. They're gonna say, my toasters, I'm gonna mark up 20%. My golf clubs, I'm gonna mark up 300%. Different markup percents based on who's doing the marking up, okay? So again, multiply by a percent and subtract. Multiply by a percent and add, right? It's considered profit. We're not going to get into like macroeconomic college Harvard business here. We're doing like baby step business. Okay, profit. So that means if you bought the toaster from the toaster person for $10 and you sell it for $15, your profit. Okay, so that's kind of the lesson. Now I'm just gonna walk you through these problems. There's really only 3 types, and I'm gonna do each type once. I'm gonna try something different today, besides putting up this really flattering photo of me. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna teach each one time only. And then I'm gonna do an on your own section where you have to promise, pinky swear, you're going to then hit pause and you're gonna do the 3 problems, which are gonna be exactly like the ones that I've already done. And I'm not gonna talk them all out. I'm just gonna then put the answers and the work up. Okay, so it's gonna be slightly different. So hang in there. Okay, here's the bottom line. You're gonna multiply and add, multiply, subtract. Multiply and add. Okay, so write this down. Markup, increase, discount. You're gonna have to write the words, right? So I'm gonna talk about that. So when you write answers, you're gonna have to label them, whether it's a sale price or a selling price. Okay, a couple more little definitions. A sale price versus a selling price. They sound the same, but there's a subtle difference. A sale price is, as I mentioned in my first example, you're trying to sell something that won't sell, you lower it, that's now your sale price, okay? Your selling price is when you get the toaster for $10 and then you sell it for $15, the $15 is the selling price. So basically when you mark something up, it's your selling price. When you lower something, it's your sale price, okay? Not that big of a deal, but we're gonna use those words when we put our answers down. So you're just gonna have to get that, okay? If what I just said to you doesn't make any sense, I really encourage you to go back to just the mathy part and listen to it one more time, okay? So, this is what I just said. Sale price is you lower it, you have a discount. So we're gonna use these words, right? So the discount is the amount you lower. The sale price is what the new price you're selling it as is. Okay, and then the selling price is what you pay above, hence the toaster example. Okay, so we've kind of gone over some definitions. That's it for the definitions. What we're going to do now is we're going to do some problems, okay? I would encourage you, if you're kind of listening going, I kind of dig what he's doing, I'm kind of getting it, I think I understand how to do these. Well, challenge yourself. These are all word problems today. Read the problem, hit pause, do your math stuff, because you should all have something open. You should have a calculator and a pencil, and get an answer before I do it. I'm going to work all of this out. But you should try it first and see if your answer matches mine. And if not, then you'll see what I did. And oh, by the way, the last video I did, there was a big mistake. It was not margin of error, error percentage, percent of error. I totally screwed up the chicken wing problem. I screwed up B, where we only ate 9. So if you're out there following along and you ever find a mistake that I make, you won't hurt my feelings. Put it in the comments, the mistake that I make, because I don't really check these more than just like looking them over one time. I do these on my kitchen table, but this is live, right? So this is like Saturday Night Live, except it's Saturday. Well, it is Saturday in my world. Okay, a store buys a pen for $1.50. They pay $1.50, okay? And their markup percent is 25%. So they're gonna mark this up 25%. So we need to find, oh, then they're gonna sell it. Okay, all their pens, they're gonna mark up 25%. So we need to find what the markup is above what we pay, add it to what we paid, and then that's our selling price. Okay, so I write, you write, unless you've already done it, follow along. You're gonna, oh, remember what I said, you always multiply, okay? So we take what we paid and we multiply it. You obviously need to know that 25% is 0.25. So $1.50 times 0.25, we're gonna round to the nearest penny. Okay, we're gonna round to the nearest penny. This says 0.375, so that's 38 cents, okay? That, and we are going to write 38 cents like that. Don't do 38 in the C thing. Now, we're gonna label these, okay? Label everything, okay? That's the markup. We're gonna go up 38 cents. Now, that's not the question. The question is the selling price. Well, if we go up 38 cents and we paid $1.50, we have to add them together, okay? You don't need to show your work. You just need to show what you're doing, okay? 1.5 plus 0.38, which we all could have done in our head. It's $1.88 selling, and I'll get out of the way, selling price, okay? Okay, remember, multiply, add if it's a markup, multiply, subtract if it's a discount. Okay, so again, as business people, now you might say, well, heck, why don't we mark it up 5,000%? Again, this isn't a business class, but the fact is as a business person, you're gonna mark it up as high as you can as long as people are still buying your product, right? There's like that perfect percentage. If you mark it up too high, then people aren't gonna buy it. If you mark it up too low, so many people, so you're just gonna have to find that. Okay, but that's for another year, all right? Okay, cool. These are only the last 2 left. And then I'm gonna do that sort of on your own thing. But I've already done those problems ahead of time. That was a lot of prep for this assignment. Okay. Again, I'm going to encourage you to hit pause and to just try these on your own. This one, this is the most challenging one. When you come to this problem, that one is the most confusing. I'm going to do my best to explain it, but when I show you the steps, you can just copy the steps if you ever see a problem that looks like it. Okay, that one's like the last one, except we're going to subtract. All right, you have a golf club. It's $55. You got a tailor-made QI 35 5-iron hybrid. But nobody's buying it because in golf world, they always come out with new stuff. So it's sitting on your shelf. You don't want to throw it away. And it's selling for $55, but no one's buying it. So you decide, I got to get this out the door. You're going to discount it 60%. Now remember what I had written in the first page. Multiply, multiply, multiply. Okay? All right, let's do some work. So $55 is how much it currently costs, but I'm going to lower it. I'm going to lower it 60%. Okay? So the way you find that out is you always multiply. Just change to a decimal and multiply. Change to a decimal and multiply. That is $33. Okay? Now, listen. $33 is not what, oh, that's the discount. Okay? $33 is not the new sale price. That's the discount. You're lowering it $33. Okay, so then you just have to just show what you're doing. 55 minus 33, let's use our brain. 23, ooh, that's weird. It's kind of like a bing, bing, bing. 23, how about 22? Okay, 22 is the sale price. I need to get some new pens. I've been doing so many of these, my pens are starting to get a little fadey. Okay, 55 minus 33 is 22. Okay, $22 is the sale price. And think about it, we discounted it more than half. Oh, I'll talk about smelling your answers in a second. We discounted it more than half. So it has to be like half of 55 is like 27-ish. So you have to have that lower than half. Makes sense. When you do these problems, you always have to smell them. And smelling them is AKA checking them. Is because you get like a problem like this and you'll get a crazy number and you're like, that doesn't make any sense. Then you might have just done something wrong, okay? All right, $22 is the sale price. Now, this one's tricky, okay? So I think my explanation is probably gonna like slam you in the face, but it's okay because it's like on the internet. So you can just hit pause and go back and watch it, or you can just copy it down for a problem that looks like it. Okay, this one's different, right? A TV has already been put on sale for $250 and it was discounted 30%. They want the original price. Okay, I'm about to tell you something right now, so I'm gonna say it twice and hopefully it sinks in, okay? The sale price is 70% of the original. The sale price is 70% of the original. What does that mean? Well, if 30% was taken off, like think about it, it's sliced off 30%, that means 70% is left, okay? So 70% up, not because you had to subtract this from 100%, 70% of the original price is $250, okay? So the way you would think about that is the sale price is 70% of the original. And we did this video a lot. The sale price is 70% of the original. Sale price is 70. So what's the sale price? The sale price is $250. Sale price is, which is equal, 70%, which is 0.7, and we'll just use X as the original. Okay, so again, I think in this whole video, that's the one problem where you guys finally like hit, I'm out of here, this dude doesn't make sense anymore. Just go back and listen to it a couple times, or at least just copy it down, okay? And then now this is what's called algebra, all right? So we go 0.7, X equals 250 divided by 0.7. Okay, so now here's what I want to do before you hit your calculator. Smell it. Is this number going to be more than 250 or less than 250? And why? Okay, correct. It has to be more than 250 because we had already lowered it. Okay? My calculator says 357.14. 357.14. Okay, now that is the original price. Okay, that's the original price, $357.14. How do you think you can check that? Okay, the way you can check that is you can multiply that by 0.3 and then subtract it from that. I told you that one was confusing. So here's what I want you to do. If you were with me this entire video and that one threw you for a loop, don't like think you're an idiot and be like, I don't get any of this. That one was a tricky one. But just think about it for a little bit, okay? All right, we're gonna try something different now. Ready? You have been given 3 examples. You have been given 3 examples of how to do this. This is where now I feel on these videos, I do all the work, and some of you just watch it for the show. This is where you are gonna pay me back. And the way you're gonna pay me back is knuckle bump, is to you put a little bit of effort into it, okay? So you're gonna read these and hit pause and grab out a piece of paper. I already have these solved on the other. You wanna see a sneak peek? Ready? Hold on. Ready? Woo! There's the answers. I'm not even going to really explain all that. I'm just going to show you the answers, okay? Because I've already explained those thoroughly in the examples I just did. Hit pause. Oh, hit pause and solve these. You have to hit pause because I'm going to take this off. I'm going to rip this off. And I spent so much time writing all of these. Okay. I don't know if this is actually the right. I think if you're really diligent, and I know there's some necessity out there, I think there's some people that are going to do this. But if nobody does this, then this is a big waste of time. But here's the answers, okay? And you're like, but I don't remember the questions. Oh boy. Here's what I'll do. I got an idea. This picture cracks me up. I do have to say, currently, oh boy. Hold on. I'm gonna make sure you can see that. Can you see those questions? Oh boy, you can't even see those questions. All right, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, right, here's what I want you guys to do. Everybody, grab out a phone, take a picture of this, or hit screen save, or do something. Or I can just leave this here. Okay, all right. I don't know, this might be getting a little wonky, but I think for the most part, you guys get what I'm doing here. Okay, those are the answers to this. I'm not gonna explain these because I've already explained them in the ones that I've chucked on the ground. That's all I have to say. I think this video might've gone forever. I think that was okay. Multiply, subtract. I'm currently wearing more loungewear now than I normally do this time of year. So I think my wife was making fun of me. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, hey, listen, I hope everybody out there is doing fantastic. I always think about everybody in the audience, and you guys are fabulous. So hey, keep on doing what you do, okay? Peace.